John Adams was a grumpy, frumpy guy from Boston. He was a principled lawyer. He successfully defended the British soldiers involved in the Boston Massacre, and he was a relentless public servant. Adams was a leader in the Continental Congress, a diplomat to Europe, and the first vice president. In 1796, he won the world's toughest job, following George Washington as president. Adams had two wars to deal with. One was between America's new political parties. Federalists like Adams wanted a stronger national government, and Democratic Republicans wanted a smaller one. The fighting got nasty, but America got used to it. The parties have changed, but we still have a two-party system today. The second war was France versus England. Adams wanted to stay neutral, but each country's navy kept harassing U.S. merchants. He raised taxes to beef up naval defenses, and he signed the Alien and Sedition Acts, targeting foreigners and critics of the government. Adams kept the peace, but lost to Thomas Jefferson, a Democratic Republican, in 1800. Before he left, he made a huge impact by appointing Federalist John Marshall to lead the Supreme Court. And he lived until July 4th, 1826, America's 50th anniversary. Now that's patriotic. John Quincy Adams served his country from boyhood until literally the day he died. Born in 1767 near Boston, he wasn't even a pimple-faced teen when his dad took him to Europe as a personal assistant on diplomatic missions. He grew up to be America's best ambassador and its worst smiler. He was a hit as Monroe's Secretary of State. But he wasn't a lock for president in 1824. There were 4 candidates, including Andrew Jackson, but no one got enough votes to win outright. The House of Representatives voted and chose Adams for president. Why the House of Representatives voted for Adams is the big problem. In what was called a corrupt bargain, Adams made Henry Clay, the Speaker of the House, his Secretary of State, apparently in exchange for Clay supporting Adams. JQA was an honest guy, but it looked like a bribe. And Andrew Jackson, who got the most votes, was the sorest loser ever and helped make Adams' presidency miserable. Adams supported Clay's plan, called the American System. It involved building roads, canals, a national university, and more. Jackson also had a plan. It involved all his pals in Congress blocking everything Adams wanted. Jackson won their rematch in 1828, but Adams won a House seat in 1830 and helped lead the anti-slavery movement. In 1848, he had a stroke on the House floor and died. Hey, retirement's not for everybody.
I have returned from Penn's Hill, where I have been sitting to hear the amazing roar of cannon, and from whence I could see every shell which has been thrown. How many of our dear countrymen must fall? I went to bed about 12 and rose again a little after 1. I could no more sleep than if I had been in the engagement. The rattling of the windows, the jar of the house, and continual roar of 24-pounders. The busting of shells gives us such ideas, and realize a scene to us of which we could scarcely form any conception. About 6 this morning there was quiet. I rejoiced in a few hours of calm.
During his service to Congress, John Quincy Adams returns often to Peacefield. He prefers tending to trees, especially white oaks, which he thought represented the sturdy growth of New England. His wife, Louisa, is not always pleased with his hobby.
She made protest when he carried off her best cut glass bowls to plant with acorns or peach stones, that he might see the roots grow.
John Quincy's fondness for trees had a philosophical underpinning.
Trees 100 years hence will bear delicious fruit, or afford us shelter, and shade ages of men.